Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Torya.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy. Well, hello everybody. So tonight should be interesting. Torya has been fired. That's why she's not here. It's just me tonight. This one will probably be a short one. Maybe it won't be a short one. We'll see what happens. The topic I want to talk about tonight is one that I've spoken on other shows about, but not on this podcast at all. And it has to do with people who cause a lot of drama in the background of things, but then act incredulous that anyone would be upset about their drama that they cause. Now, I don't know why, but I've noticed through life that there's just a certain type of person who, no matter what, drama seems to follow them everywhere they go. And they cause the drama. It's almost like they relish living in the dramatic moment that they create. And, I mean, maybe they've missed their calling and they should be an actor or an actress. But for whatever reason, they like to stir the pot and cause trouble, and then later disavow any knowledge or involvement in stirring the pot to cause the trouble in the first place. Now, I suspect that some of these people truly believe the things that they say. Maybe they all truly believe the things that they say, but something tells me that some of them, they do it as sort of a life strategy to figure out who is their friend and who is not their friend. I've had this experience with many different people from many different walks of life in many different areas of the country and the world. And it just seems to be an issue that follows people around. They're obnoxious about things, and then if they're called on it, they'll point the finger at you, they'll blame you, they'll say you caused the drama, they'll say you were the cause of the drama. I don't know how to describe it. The only word that comes to mind as I sit here is frustrating. It is quite frustrating to listen to people cause drama and then turn around and blame it on somebody else. I used to call those people out right away. I used to do that. The only problem is that tends to cause more drama. Now what I do is I let it play out. I let it run its course. And then I privately confront the person and I discuss it with them. That's usually a very telling discussion. It tells me a lot about the person and how they think and why they act the way that they act. And it's generally not a positive thing at all. It's generally something negative. Usually, in addition to the drama that they cause that they blame on other people, they blame the root of the issue on other people. In other words, what I'm saying is, it is never their fault in their mind. It's always somebody else's fault. They're adamant about that. It's not my fault, it's your fault. You should have done this, or you could have done that. And it's just extremely frustrating to me. And I really am at a loss for how to deal with it other than to just confront them privately and get it out in the open. Now, I've done that before, and I get told contradictory things. And then I watch and I observe, and they have the same issues with plenty of other people. And the only common denominator is the drama causer. That's the only common denominator. It's not like the same person is continually getting into trouble with multiple people. Well, actually it is when I think about it. They're causing drama all the time. And the drama seems to be with that person and then with that person and then with that person. And it just doesn't stop. So I don't really know what I'm going to do going forward to really squash that. I think maybe what I have to do is just distance myself from people who cause drama like that. Now that we're about 5 minutes in, I'll let you know that actually Victoria wasn't fired. She's asleep at the moment, and it was kind of a late day and night, and so here I am. I also wanted to let you guys know that last night's podcast, we talked about the corruption at the FBI, and unfortunately, the recording was terrible. It was so terrible that it could not be rescued, so I went ahead and just ditched it, and we're going to give you an extra episode this week on Saturday. So we apologize for that right now, but you will get 5 episodes this week, just like every other week. Now, why don't we discuss something that we've been working really hard at, and that is our business called The Web Scientists. Now, with The Web Scientists, we are a full-service technology company. What does that mean? Well, some companies specialize in just doing WordPress websites. Other companies just specialize in doing complicated web applications. Other companies specialize in just mobile applications, etc., etc., etc. Our company handles all those things and more. We have virtual assistants. What is a virtual assistant? It's somebody who is at a distance from you. They don't work in the same office where you work, but they're your assistant. They can respond to emails. They can make phone calls. They can handle errands for you. They can do research. They can even help with SEO tasks. You name it, a virtual assistant can do it. Now, another thing that we do is SEO. We're very good at it. We manage to get people to rank on Google rather quickly. It takes patience when you're working with Google because there's a lot of little things you got to work your way around. But essentially, there's a format that we follow over and over and over again, and it just works. And so that's why we keep applying it. Now, yes, we also do WordPress development. If you're in need of a website for your next product or your small business, or maybe you have a home-based business, we can create that for you. We can even host it for you on our amazing server that we have. We also do project management. So something that a lot of business owners do these days to save money is they will go offshore and they will find a development team, say, I don't know, in one of the offshore countries. I'm not going to mention any names just to be safe. And what happens is they quote a very low price of, say, $10 an hour. And meanwhile, the American developer is quoting $80 an hour. And the people here say, $10 an hour is so much cheaper. My money's going to go further. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work with those people. But what ends up happening is for every hour that the American developer takes, they take 10 hours with the offshore developer. So rather than spending, $80 an hour for the US developer, they wind up spending $100 an hour, equivalent of an hour, for the offshore developer. Now, where I've had a lot of success is managing teams from offshore, and I would be glad to talk to you about your needs in that area, because reality is I can take on any project that you have going, and I will charge you a fraction of what you were quoted just to manage that project. But then I will guarantee you that that project is going to get done the way you want. You're not going to have to play the game of why did it take you 8 hours to do something that should have taken you 2. I handle all of those things, and I make sure that the developer understands what needs to be done, what the budget is, and what the time is on it. Beyond that, we have all sorts of other technical things that we can help you with. We do social media management. So if you need somebody to help you with your social media accounts, to respond to customers, we handle that for you. If you want your social media profiles optimized so that people find you, we can help you with that. we also do Facebook and Instagram advertising. So if you wanted to figure out, one of the first things we do is A/B testing for our advertisements to see which one works the best. And we just spend a small amount of money in order to accomplish that. But once we figure out which one performs the best, we go ahead and push that out there for you with the full ad spend. And the results are always amazing. We specialize in Facebook and Instagram advertising. It's easier for us to stick to one platform and learn it well than it is to try to be, a master of all trades, because that's just not possible. We decided to start this company basically because we saw need in the marketplace. We saw that people were installing CRM systems like NetSuite or Salesforce, and they had no idea how to customize them, but they knew that they could be customized. And so we provide fairly low cost NetSuite and Salesforce development, where we will customize your Salesforce or NetSuite installation to your liking, including automated procedures, automation, linking up to third-party APIs. You name it, we can get it done for you. So if you ever have a need for that, get in touch with us and let us know, and we will give you a good quote. I could tell you about some great clients that we've had, but for us, it's just been a lot of fun meeting new people, working through their problems, and watching them smile in the end because they're so happy with the work that was done, and they're even more happy with the price that they spent. So, if you are interested in finding out more about our company, please go to our website called webscientists.net and browse around. There's a contact form on there where you can request a quote, and just let us know. If you mention this podcast on your quote, you will get 20% discount off your quote right away. So now's a good time to give us a shot. We do pretty much anything with technology. If you need something done and it has to do with computers or telephones or data lines, give us a call because we will be able to handle it for you. It's just going to be a matter of how much it's going to cost and how long it'll take to get done. Well, as I promised, tonight's a short one. It's difficult to come up with a lot to say when you don't have your partner here with you, but I hope you guys will enjoy the rest of the shows this week. We'll get back onto some of the more controversial topics. But you know what? Before I go, I just thought about something. I heard today about a case where there was a man and a woman, and they were camping out in a vacant lot. They were homeless. And one of the people from the neighborhood came by and told them to get out of their neighborhood, that they were not wanted there, and threatened that they were going to come back with a gun and shoot them both. Well, he did come back, but he did not have a gun, and apparently made a big ruckus. And when the man unzipped the tent to peek outside, this guy kicked him right in the head. He then doused their tent in gasoline and lit it on fire. That's right. He tried to burn 2 people alive. Well, unfortunately for him, the fire department's arson investigator was smart enough to look at a picture that someone took of the truck as it left, and he pieced together the comment, "We don't want you in our neighborhood," and realized that that guy must live somewhere nearby. So he cruised around the neighborhood until he found the truck parked. Then he looked up the registration on that car and found out who it was registered to, got their driver's license picture, and took that and put it into what's called a 6-pack photo lineup and brought it back to the homeless couple. Well, what he didn't know was that the homeless man was also an artist, and he had already drawn a rendering of the person who attacked them, and he gave it to the fire department's investigator. Well, when the investigator looked at that picture that the man drew, he knew right away that he had the right guy. But of course, he can't say anything. So he showed the 6-pack to the homeless man. and the homeless man picked the criminal out of the 6-pack, and that guy has been arrested, and now he's being charged with attempted murder, a couple of counts, making criminal threats, causing bodily harm. About 6 or 7 different charges have been brought against him. So what I'm getting at here is, I understand that people are angry about homeless people in their neighborhoods, but really, these people really have nowhere to go, and they need help. And I can understand not wanting them there in your neighborhood, but going to the extent of burning them alive is just purely psychotic, and you belong in jail. You do. You belong in jail. I hope that guy gets found guilty, and I hope that he goes to jail for a very, very long time so that he can never hurt anybody else. Well, that's all I've got for you tonight. It was about a half a length podcast of usual, but maybe we'll make up for it with a longer one later this week. We shall see. We kind of go as the spirit moves us here. If any of you is interested in coming on one of the episodes, we have 2 ways that you can do it. One way is for you to come here and visit us right here in our home studio and sit and chat with us. The other way is we use a service called Ringer, and there's an app for your smartphone. What I would do is I would arrange with you a day and a time, and then I would send you a link to the Ringer recording session. And how Ringer works is it records your side of the conversation on your device and our side of the conversation on our device. And then it takes your side of the conversation and it sends it to me. And then I piece the 2 together to come up with one show. It works amazingly well, and it enables you to be a part of our podcast, even if you're in another state, another city, another county, or just down the block. It doesn't matter. You don't have to leave the comfort of your own home to be on the Nightly Rant. So if you're interested in being on the Nightly Rant, please send me an email at podcast@fitnessexpose.com. F as in Frank, ITNESS, EXPO, S as in Sam, E.com. Until next time, hasta la bye-bye. Hey, this is Mike, and I just wanted to tell you that if you enjoyed the show, and I truly hope you did, you can subscribe on iTunes or Google Play and not miss a single episode. But if you happened to miss an episode and you didn't find it on Google Play or iTunes for some reason, you could go to our website, which is theNightlyRant.wordpress.com.